Who wireless?
Philip Burnell is a man.
I love birds. Look, bird birch, wow, baby. I'll wait to tell the story till we get to 5. I'm not, this isn't clickbait. Oh man. And it's not a Philip Burnell moment like where I had to make it like a climb to Himalayan mountain to get my FedEx package. No, the camera was not on, thankfully. The new Switch color. What is the new Switch color? I just ate pork breasts. Papadoodle, you're pissed. I'm pissed you're starting so late. I don't know necessarily how long I'm streaming tonight. It's part of the reason. Your anus is irritated. How much shitting did you do? It's green for all the monies, yeah, pretty much. And still making. I know sales have seriously slowed for the Switch, understandably so. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. But, Nintendo killed it with the Switch. They absolutely killed it. You shit 6 times. What the? Why is Jay sending? What are you sending me messages about? Listen.
So 2 things. When he listened to that, and when you said you're gonna fucking touch him, he looked disgusted. And he plays more games than you and I combined. He doesn't give 2 shits about a 120 screen. I'd say he's more. Well, I'd say he's a first-person shooters, which is what that's for. So yeah,
Yeah, that's. I'm sorry. I'm having a debate while I'm live streaming because I have no sense of concentration on anything. But yeah, for me, it's a game changer because playing games like Fear, Doom Eternal at 120 FPS. So, I mean, look, the Steam Deck is still fantastic. It just depends on what you want from a portable device. And just make sure he tastes that burp.
Congratulations.
Spray with water? What am I, Jasper? So yeah. What I was saying to him, if you're thinking, I'm gonna do a video comparing the ROG Ally to the Steam Deck. I think that'll probably be more interesting to people anyway, instead of just another ROG Ally review. If you're someone like me who has a little bit of tech savvy, you know, I'm not Linus Tech Tips by any stretch of the imagination. Yeah, I like some stuff about the ROG Ally, but out of the box, it's annoying. 512 gigabytes is not enough. No, you cannot use the SD card for all AAA games. It's not fast enough. And on top of it, the SD card overheats, from what I'm hearing from people. But if you like first-person shooters, a thinner device too. I actually like the ergonomics of the Steam Deck better, but that's different strokes for different folks. It's flawed, but in many ways it's the most serious contender, I would say. I don't think anybody else has come close. All right, so explain the piss. Listen. Yeah, I mean, I had like 512 gigabytes is not enough for me. Like, I can blow through that in 5 minutes. So I upgraded it. Now, their software is opaque. Meaning that you get some updates through the ROG crate, and then you get other updates through my Asus, and you needed to update everything from both the crate, I think it's called Armor Crate, because it's Asus, and they still think it's 12-year-olds. They're the only ones that buy their devices. So I didn't know. I thought I had everything. I got the update through Windows Update for the firmware update. I got the update through Armor Crate. So then when I put the new SSD in, that's 2 terabytes. Lord, what a difference that is. It has the Asus cloud storage where it has the image for the new hard drive or SSD in the cloud, I mean to say. And it was just freezing. It wasn't doing anything. So it's stuff like that. And then they put the SD card slot, the micro SD card slot right next to the vents. Awful idea. Oh, Rich just increased the fan curves. Yeah, the average person is not going to want to do that. The average person doesn't even know what the fuck a fan curve is. And there are people that are PC gamers that are not tech savvy. They exist. I know them. There's a lot of them. They buy like pre-built gaming PCs from Best Buy. Okay? And they don't want to think. They just want to update shit occasionally, just have it work. Yeah, welcome to 7 minutes later. Dude, there's sometimes YouTube sends out notifications like like I'm about to stop streaming. Like, hey, I just got the notification. Oh, thanks, YouTube. That's great. So, anyway, it's story time. So, I went and I wanted to get like a gym grade elliptical for my home. So I did. I got a Life Fitness. I forgot the model. After tax, it was like close to $5,000. That included installation. I was like, finally, a thing. I'm like, I want that like smooth feeling of the ones that you have at the gym, instead of like even like the high-end ones. Like, first off, you can't even trust the high-end home ones on like Amazon. Like, they have like these like literally, some of the names are just ridiculous. Like Happy Thrusting Home. I'm only half kidding with these names. Like, like, enjoy our young slut elliptical. Oh, really? We have a hung far elliptical. And the thing about those is like, all right, verified reviews. It's like, yeah, they figured out a way to skirt the system and make 5 billion verified reviews. The thing about those, even when there was a time when I weighed 190 pounds back with my early days of college before I discovered alcohol, it's never smooth, and they end up fucking your knees still. Like, again, I was 190 pounds. I was not fat. I got one of the home ones, and it fucked my knee up. So I wanted something smooth. So I tried one of the high-end home ones. I was like, no, this does not feel like it does as good as it does at the gym. This sucks. So I'm like, I'm just going to get one like the ones at the gym. So I get it. I get the Life Fitness one. And it gets delivered today. And it gets assembled. It didn't get assembled. The fucking thing got butchered. They put screws in places where screws weren't supposed to go. They didn't have like the foot pedals put in properly. Like where screws for plastic were supposed to go, metal screws went. Where metal screws were supposed to go, plastic ones went. Screws were missing. The whole thing was wobbling. And the thing was, they're like, oh yeah, try it. Like it was like, I should have known by how quick it was. Cause like I tried it and they were already like they were like 1 foot was out the door. And I'm like, they left like, what the fuck is wrong with this thing? Like everything's jiggling on it. Like I'm better off of gotten like the $99 fake elliptical. This is how it feels. And I know it didn't because I tried the demo unit at the store. It's like, yeah, no, Helen Keller would have done a better job. So like, because I know exactly how it works. I know exactly what happened. Okay. I used to sell furniture. It was the same thing. What they do to save money, whether it be like a Raymore and Flanagan or a fitness store like this place, is they hire contract for hire. These guys get paid not minimum wage, but the lowest they can compete. Like they just the closest to minimum possible. And they like whatever they could be one place could be a TV, one place could be a couch, one place could be fucking whatever. A dining room set. Another place could be a home theater setup. They're just contractors. They're people with pulses with tools. So the problem is that these guys don't care. They just get paid when a gig is done. They're either making hourly or they have a certain amount of gigs. So long as the gig is complete, they get paid. So my point being is they don't care what you spent. They don't care, weirdo. It doesn't fucking matter to them. So they just rushed it out of there. And I'm like, motherfuckers, I want to find them and get my tip money back. Like I'm a crackhead they sold bad crack to. Actually, I'd hope he overdosed and dead, but you get my point. Yes, because the merch store, I just recorded the ad for it. So now that's going to be fun because I know what they're going to try to do. I don't want someone to inspect it and repair it. I just got the fucking thing. I want a new one in my house. They butchered this thing. They didn't put it together improperly. They may as well have taken a fucking sledgehammer to the motherfucker. Good. Hopefully they go on strike and they hire people that are more competent because they pay them more. I sent to StreamLabs, but it says I'm offline. What? I'm not offline. Did you just send it 2 minutes ago? Donations to Hero Alert are $5. To have it say something is 10. I had to do that because it was like every 5 seconds. But dude, it ain't even about you. It was just But I'm like, I know what fucking happened. Dude, there were so many times when I worked in furniture. Now, they had people at Raymore that did it, but they also hired, when they couldn't keep up, which was a lot, third-party contractors to do it. Story after, because they don't care. Doesn't change their check. And there's, and you know, I wasn't a dick. I'm not sitting there watching them. I stayed in my side of the house because it was going in the kitchen there. I'm turning that into like a workout room. But I'm not like, you know, one of those dudes that like there's people that sit there like this. Now looking back, I should have stared at them like I wanted to suck on both of their dicks. Like, seriously? Because you don't want to be that guy. You don't want to be a Phil. But then there's sometimes you look back like, God damn it, I should have been a Phil. Yeah, someone comes in and they're like, here, I would have sucked both their dicks. Oh my God. So now it's going to be, I know they're going to try to be like, we'll repair it. Repair something for close to $5,000 that I just bought. At that point, I'd be like, yo, if you're not, I just want a refund then. I'll get a fucking Peloton and call it a day. I think Peloton sells ellipticals now. Yeah, who wants me to fight a battle? What's going on? I'll repeat the story again. There's like almost double the people here from the last time I told it, but I'll tell it in a shorter fashion, not to annoy the previous people, so it's a win-win for everybody. Ordered an expensive elliptical, like a gym grade one, that you would see at like Planet Fitness or Gold's Gym. The clowns that put it together missed screws, didn't screw things in, put the screw, like, where the plastic, like, I think they probably screwed up the screen. That's probably why the screen is borderline unreadable, because they put screws where they weren't supposed to go. I'm fucking fuming right now. Thank God for, so, like, it's just flat out incompetence. It's unbelievable. There's nothing to say. It's not me, you know, pulsating chicken sandwiching it. You know, if Phil's pulsating chicken sandwich was $4,500, I'd be complaining for him. They fucked it up bad. Like, not just like it missed a couple screws. They fucking butchered the thing. So, I wanted it because, look, man, I have a Planet Fitness by me, but I work, you guys know, I work weird hours streaming. We're doing bigger projects. I have plenty of other stuff, which I've mentioned a whole bunch of times. I'm paying it over time, dude. I didn't just drop $4,500 on it. To me, to have the convenience of having that piece of equipment here would have paid for itself tenfold. It still will. I'm going to get something. It may not be this. Depends on how they react to me tomorrow. They're like, yeah, we'll fix it. Yeah, you know what you'll fix? You'll fix me buying it from you, and you'll come here and pick it up. Thank you. But they might be RTU slurs. Who said a slur? Yeah, John, but I appreciate that you take care of the gaming PCs because you know better. But you know, there's like 13 other people that touch that box that could give less of a fuck. Did I slur a word? Like, that I do sometimes. I don't know if I'm going to try the Threads app. I don't really care. I'm trying to, in case you haven't noticed, slightly cut back on my usage of Twitter anyway. I don't need another app. I'm good. If it actually starts gaining a following, sure. It looks basic as fuck. I really don't care. I have a lot of other stuff going on. I'm not saying that to you, like, dismissively. I'm just like, give me a reason. My time is of a premium right now. Give me a fucking reason. I'm a pleasant man. Yeah, I don't know. I don't. I'm not in the mood for any more politics. So you signed that you dropped it off. I didn't. I didn't sign any other kind of contract. They make you sign to say that they didn't go and sell it in like New York City. You ever see you ever have I literally had a dude do this to me one time. Him and his friend came up to me. They had a van. They're like, "Yo, we just found this home theater setup with a big screen TV. You want it? We'll sell it to you." I'm like, "You just found it, huh? Oh, really? You mean like you probably worked at the place, stole it all, and now you're gonna buy meth with the money?" Found. Yes, you have been a member for 2 years. Always stare at men like you want to suck their dicks. You never know. Dude, but that's the thing. Like, I stayed in obviously, who wouldn't stay in the same part of the house? It's two people that you don't know. It just is what it is. But I wasn't going to sit there and, like, watch them. I'm thinking, okay, for the amount that I've spent on this, you would think they would be moderately competent. Once again, life surprised me. I guess I was too naive. Yeah, you know what's the beauty of it is that footage was beautiful too. Because I have an HDMI splitter, so I could get nice, crispy 4K 60, even though the game wasn't running at 4K 60 footage, and I could live stream because I have two. It's a great. I can't believe it's working. One thing worked right. And like I was playing that on that's actually what I was debating with Jay before. I think some of you heard playing that on, because if you download it on Steam, there's a community Xbox 360 preset, and it just acts like you're using a 360 controller. It's a little teeny tiny bit wonky, but it's in gameplay it's perfectly fine. Playing Fear, I said it. Now, even though the ROG Ally is powerful, because it's such an old, unoptimized game that has essentially been abandoned by the community, to make it maintain 120, you had to go down to high settings at 720p. But like I said, that's not a fault of the Ally. It's plenty powerful. It's just an old, unoptimized game. But you go down to 720p high, you are playing Fear at 120 FPS on a handheld. Do you understand? Do you understand how sexual that is? Do you fucking understand? I'm hard now. Now, like Jay's roommate says, if you don't play a lot of FPS games, that's like fuck all to you. Just like I said with the
Seymour DeMonica donated $10. Listen, I promise I won't get political. Is it political to say I want to see you debate prep for Chris Christie whilst you peg Jesus and Elf watches? Let's go.
No, that just sounds like a very good time. But Bluntmore, I will say 720p, which on the 8-inch screen looks fine at high settings, 120 locked, no matter what's on the screen. And you ain't going to notice that it's only 720p. So 120 hertz for Fear on the go. It's just crazy to think. I remember that game impressed me for the 360, and it barely ran at 30 back in the day. Which you're playing, I'm sure, like the Xbox One version, so it runs at 60 FPS, right? I'm wearing my Phil tank top to the gym when it comes. Yeah, dude, we're gonna have. I just filmed the commercial for that. I filmed the short one so we could put it in more videos, and I filmed a long one. So we got shit coming. We got clips coming. We're going to have a clip of me talking about Derek last night. That's going to be coming to the Clips channel. Sub to the Clips channel. Got it. I'm doing a bunch of plugs. I sound like Phil, but whatever. Art. What did I put for merch? Check out Ratu merch. RATAU. What the? Oh my God. I must have been out of my mind. Check out RTU merch. No, fuck you. I'm still having problems. Check out RTU merch. Subscribe to RTU clips. Or you're going to see clips of men. And whoever else I have on. I like men. Jason Poole. Would love to be pegged by Elf. Yes, I know it will transition the screen. And of course it puts subscribe in there, even though I did not ask for it to paste that. All right, let's see here.
Skip it up and that up.
Man, we are at 414 subscribers. Here is the... to have a goddamn link I could just share the goddamn channel with. That would be swell. There. Just go subscribe here, because that's where our stupid shit is going to be. I know we're like 7 years too late with that too, with clips. I should have started clips a long time ago. Yeah, we'll see how the controller is. I'm sure there's apps you could use, other apps you could use. That's the one benefit to the Steam version. I think you could import it though. Can't you import a game like Fear into Steam? Someone will probably know better than me. Who the hell is this? So if you add it to Steam, there should be, you have to go to controller settings, and there should be a community setting that makes it act like it would on the 360. And if you have an ROG Ally, you're playing that game at 120 FPS, and that is the only thing that gets a little wonky is some of the physics. Quanta with the bird merch. Wow. There it is. RTU clips. Listen, this is the best video you're ever going to see. It's 8 seconds long. You need to tell your dad about it.
Skip it up and that up.
Try to relax your anus.
That's all you needed in your life. Yeah, so the only thing with the Steam version is that you need a file to fix something with DirectX input that has to do with Logitech drivers, because if you don't, the frame rate, doesn't matter if you have a 4090, will go down to like 15 frames a second. All right, let me change the title. I don't even know if we're doing anything tonight. I was going to stream games, but then shit happened. But I'm still going to stream those games. I got the table today. Now I have to assemble it. Just chatting like a man. However a man would chat. Alright, RT clips.
Skip it up and that up.
450. Let's see if we get to 500 tonight, man. What's up, Andreas? How are you? Oh, I missed your milestone, dude. I'm sorry. Go. Oh, I did. I thought I am working in a UPS warehouse is quite interesting. I got to admit, the worst is the people loading the trailers, but they don't give a fuck. Yeah, no, they don't. These guys are just, you know, they're kind of like how I was too. They're job hoppers. They don't really care. It's like, oh, I'm making X, Y, Z here. I could just make it somewhere else. They fire me. What do you mean? Like, please do not watch Phil tonight. I will watch wherever the wind blows. Hi, Rich. I answered that. I answered that. I answered that. I answered that. Whose 50 did I miss? Chris, I did miss. Watch your streams. Thanks for the good laughs and tech reviews. StreamLabs still charged you for what? You missed my super chat again, Rich. I'm sorry. I would love to be pegged by Elf. I did answer that one. Congratulations. What's the loading circle? That's Jay's screen. I'll have to shut it off. Look here, listen, should check out Stalker on PC, not as action-oriented, but creepy and set in Chernobyl. Ooh, I've played that way back in the day, like when I had an 8800 GT. That one I got. Today, I finally wrote a draft of my first story for a Winnie the Pooh adaptation I've been working on. It's completely kid-friendly and simple. Oh, dear God. So, yeah, there is some that I missed. I don't agree with your politics, but it was epic watching Blabs beat Castlevania. Well, oh, their politics. Yeah. But how many times did that fucking take her? Why is he trying to sue Meadow? What is that going to do? And Tickled Burrito, yeah, you've been that. I know that one. I know I answer. Why are we banning Jason? 2.0. You could get 38 years of Planet Fitness for the price you get for that elliptical. Yeah, but does it come with a gym filled with people at 5 p.m. when I get done with shit to the point that I have to sit there and wait for every machine, even though my gym is 5 minutes down the road when it's a pouring rain out or snowing because I live in New York? Will one of those machines be in my home? Or if I'm done streaming at a weird hour? Yes, 24 hours during the week, but it's a hell of a lot easier if something's here. Not that I'm going to stop going there. I'm not. Shirtless man stream on the elliptical. Listen. I just come so hard I'm bleeding in my ears. Then you need to go to the ER. Well, yeah, that's what it is, man. Just like if someone's watching something that's what I do. I don't understand why people make like. What I also don't understand is, all right, I know shit happens where I'll get more political here. And it's not that I'm purposely going out of my way to get political. It's just what happens, like whether a story pops up or whatever. So, but there's a lot of people that can't differentiate that, man. Like if there's one piece of, the thing is too, is that it's so flooded. There's so many people doing every single kind of content you could think of. Food, 8 billion. Gaming news, 8 billion. Reviews, 8 billion. Like, not to be Debbie Downer, but if you don't already have a following, how do you garner a fucking following? You could watch, it's like, I always laugh when these like YouTube advice videos, like, oh, I know from the insiders. I'm like, oh, that's cool. How to get 100,000 views a video. And the video trying to explain to you how to do that has 5,000 views. Fuck you. What are you talking about? You don't, because if you knew what you were talking about, why don't all your videos have 100,000 views a video? Explain it. Oh my god. Who the fuck is Bojangles? Who is Bojangles? I don't even see him on the fucking screen. You know what? Why are you willing to pay for an elliptical stream? When I go to the gym, I want silence. They did Barbie Girl for ADSPAI. Ah, dude, it's, you know what, man? It's just more people looking to hit low-hanging fruit. Guy's banned. He's a piece of shit. Those are the same people that if I sent them a link, there'd be crickets chirping. All of them. Same fucking thing. So, keep being behind a keyboard. Keep running your fucking mouth. Yeah, but let's not, honestly, here's the thing that you're doing right now. People like that, first off, they would never say it to my face. Secondly, you're giving them exactly what they want. Just move on. You know, they would never say that to someone's face. Dougie Forever, thank you very much. But here is the thing. There was another guy that said something about my daughter, and I quote tweeted something in kind, to put it lightly. What is it going to do? These people ain't going to say this to my face. It's something cheap to say. And my daughter's alive and well, by the way. But it's something cheap to say. Because it's low-hanging fruit. Why? Because I disagreed with someone that they're... What these people don't understand is, too, and I've talked about this with me as well, they don't need you to be their defender. Doesn't matter if it's me. Doesn't matter if it's the quartering. Doesn't matter if it's Melanie Mack. Doesn't matter if it's Stuttering Craig. Doesn't matter if it's Pat the NES Punk. Doesn't matter if it's Camelot. Doesn't matter if it's Kyle Kalinske. Doesn't matter if it's Ben Shapiro. Doesn't matter if it's Anna Kasparian or Steven Crowder. He may need your help. He does wear an empty gun holster. You know, no one needs to white knight. And you really think you need to defend someone that much that you would talk about someone's kid? That did almost die, but now they are recovering. I just saw her today and she was dancing around. Her eyes still need work, but a lot of work, but she still has a ways to go. You know, I may go back and forth and embarrass some of those pieces of shit when they really, really just keep pushing and pushing and pushing. Like the guy that, you know, was saying that I was like a degenerate or something like that. And he's like replying to a porn star with a picture of his dick. I'm like, you definitely, like, they never have self-awareness. Like, that's the other thing you've ever noticed about them too. You're disgusting and a pervert. Here's a picture of my dick. You should see me come. I guess you're a man of family values then. Stephanie, what the hell are you talking about? I don't know if we need a filletizer. Doug Forever, thank you for becoming a member. Well, it was so funny. A person... Because Twitter, that's how Twitter works. Like, I'm not following Elon anywhere. Okay? But, like, I've probably quote tweeted him for saying something stupid like, oh, data scraping. We're trying to protect your privacy. No, you're not. You're trying to keep competitors from finding out info that they could use to benefit from it, like threads. So I've quote tweeted, like, stupid shit up front. Twitter will send you every single thing that person's doing, even if you're not following them. So that's exactly what happens with Melody Mac. It's weird, though. I don't see anything from Craig. Wonder if... Well, I haven't quote tweeted him in a while. I just call him out in videos. Or streams. And there was something where she quote tweeted... I may have told people about this the other day. Jesus loves you, and so do I. Who was in her... You saw the replies. It was like, oh, a bunch of fucking white hillbilly dudes. Like... I love you too, and God bless America. Those guys, probably all 30. It's like, I just scrolled down. I'm like, oh my God, you're all simping. You're all simping. Simp, 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 simp. But that's... Who do you think her diehard audience is? Come on. They're like her Darish. And look, but see, the thing is, like, there's that cute Mexican girl, like, that I get to do, like, Pilates or, like, whatever the move is that Jay makes her do. Like, that's fun stuff, but would I blindly follow, like, everything and she does, including her politics, because I think she has a nice ass? No. Like, how do you not... The dudes, I guess most dudes can't differentiate the two. If they think they're attracted to someone, that obviously means that person's takes on everything are valid. No. You idiots. Melanie Mac and I are getting married at a church. I have a feeling she's probably... I'm going to place bet... Nah, I'm not even going to say it. Yes, congratulations on the win. I'm going to place bets that if I actually... Because Craig did come to me. I assure you, if it was... He won't say it, but if it was a lie, he would have been like, I never said Rich to be. He wanted me to be a co-host. I wouldn't have lasted there. It's an echo chamber there. Do you see anyone on there that's a dissenting voice to those viewpoints? Midas Blabs looking like she's about to fall asleep? No. Not at all. First fucking day, I probably would have gotten to an argument with Adam. And that would have been it. Hey Rich, how are you? And by the way, did you know Classic Game Room is back? Yeah, I want to like bump his shit. I've watched it, but I wanted to get viewership. I saw, well, dude, there's this motherfuckers about tattoos. I had another take where I agree with Melanie Mac, which is bizarre. Why is this in not dark mode? Let's see if I open it up here. Like, I'm sorry, dude. I don't care that this woman is older with tattoos. She's hot as hell. There are people like complaining. Tattoos don't look great on elderly men, but they look ridiculous on an older woman. Where do those look ridiculous on her? What are you talking about? Yeah, she said to say, like, come on, dude. And then I see, like, yeah, maybe after a few drinks, I would, like, yeah, okay. After a few drinks. Or if she walked by you and said she wanted to fuck you. Okay. Tough guy. So, yeah, I'm kind of doing, like, a perspective like that on Doom. Why is idubbbz trending? Do you really care, Rich? No, I don't really fucking care at all. Not in the slightest. I really don't give a shit. Any way, shape, or form. All right. But who thought that woman was hot? She's JILF material, man. Come on. Come on. Axel, how are you? What's going on? Why is everyone losing their mind? I'm not saying like she's the most gorgeous woman on the planet, but she is attractive. You're really gonna like... Oh, good. I'll have to watch that from him later. Like I said, I'm doing my fear version of that. Like, dude, that's just like to say that makes her look bad is just silly. You could not think that she's... I mean, like I said, she could suffocate my face with her vagina. Yes, I just said that. Yeah, yo, listen too. And now all of a sudden, Shank and Shank, however you say his name, and Anna are right wing. I can't. This is why fuck politics in the ass. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. It just gets so exhausting. What, because of like one or two takes? Now all of a sudden, they're fucking transphobic. Okay. All right. Listen, I'm going to sit in my non-existent ivory tower and I'm going to fucking fap to grandma porn. I'm going to make funny streams. I'm going to hang out with my kids and I'm going to play Fear at 120 hertz on my ROG Ally. I can't do it anymore, man. I can't. It's like you're either on one team or you're on the other. There's no... It's binary. I can't handle it. Melanie Mack... God will not be mocked was the thumbnail. She applauded a church being burnt to the ground. She said that she has like pastors in her Discord server. Do you need to watch the video again? It's not the same. It's not the same. It's not the fucking same. It's just not. Does anyone understand like nuance anymore in context to things? Or is that just going over the bird's head? I think it's going over the bird's head. Did I spill seltzer on my birds? No. On my horse? We have ladies in the chat. The bird's dry. I am going to put these cans down here, though. So, yeah, like, come on, man. I mean, you could... Like, different strokes for different folks. Everyone has different taste in who they're attracted to. Whatever. Let's just say that she's... Like, these are... I don't know. Grandma, you could motorboat me anytime. You are offline. I'm offline. Jeffrey Rivera, you talking about... Where you're talking about aspartame? Is that what you're talking about? I see it. It does that with, I've donated to those AI things. It says they're offline and they're not. Like, whatever, man. Like, hey, but... So this bad Billy Pratt, I guess he's trying to get people to, like, younger women to not get tattoos for probably knowing him religious reasons. Nissan concept car from 1985. That's an interesting picture. CRT in the dashboard. This was called a car phone. I wonder why. But these before you had just like this or even flip phones. Why am I looking at this? I have no idea. I don't really care. Oh, this guy has some issue with Zoomers. No. Ooh, what? Who is... Dude, what is wrong with this guy? Oh, come on. You give me a break, dude. I hate that because people said this about me with Amaranth, but you are that's just a salt post. And I may not say she's aging in reverse, but why is this guy all angry at all these hot women? This is so weird. Oh no, is he one of those guys? Yo, is this like Elliot Rodger in the making? Like, I just don't like fake titties. That was my whole thing. Everyone's like, oh, you're just salty because Amaranth won't sleep. And like, I just don't like fake breasts. I'm sure that Jennifer Lopez won't sleep with me either, but I think she's hot. It's safe to say. Like, let's see if any... Oh, dude, stop. Like, okay. She's not a bad-looking woman. Jesus Christ. She could call me. The fat Tara, is that a compliment? Because, yeah, I think she thinks she looks better. If that's fat, then she could call me. Oh, he is that guy. Okay. You can't avoid this shit. It's unavoidable. It's unavoidable. The American media plucked this girl out of South America, Amazon, put her on a reality show, gave her a social media following. She started an OnlyFans. Now she's blue-haired and fattened. She's what? She's what? Oh, come on, dude. And I bet you he probably fapped to this picture like 16 fucking times. Like, that's like my type anyway. Oh no. Because of feminism, she's not teenager, dude. Who is that? She's like, Pearl Davis is like in her mid to late 20s, isn't she? Is she just famous for being an idiot? Like, only in 2023 you could be famous for having absolutely horrid takes, and people are like, you know what? That makes sense. How? Oh. Yes, Amber Heard.
Ban Amber Heard's turd, please.
Sour Balls, you gifted 5 gifted memberships. I'm sorry, dude. And Ghost Rat, random non-DSP sound clip. Non-DSP. It's a tall order. Actually, wait, no, it's not.
Breasts.
What? No way.
That's actually a good combo. Grim morning. Why would that have freaked out a female audience in 2023? I see women dressed on TV like that all the time. Oh, he's one of those guys. He's just one of those guys. Okay. I mean, when you see 75 posts, wait, what is this? I believe that men stare at all women all the time, no matter where they go. But if this is something that happens all the time, always, can it really be considered creepy, or is it just part of life? Dude, it depends, you idiot. What is she saying, so we know the whole context before I...
That long, and they noticed, and I noticed that they noticed, I would be like, oh, I'm sorry, I just was admiring your hair, or, oh, you know, like, you look great today. Like, I would not just be like, Like, continuing to stare with my mouth fucking open. The whole point of this is just to say it doesn't matter what we have on. Men make us uncomfortable all the time. I cannot go anywhere where a man is not staring at me for way too.
You guys know I ain't no fucking feminist. What was I saying the other day? I was talking about Miranda Sings. She admitted she sent it, albeit through Amazon, but it doesn't matter, to like a 14-year-old fan as a joke, like ugly panties. Could you imagine if I did that? I sent a fan who was 14. Oh, they're ugly underwear. They're Fred from Amazon. Done. Everything would be shut down. So my point being is that I got shit for that too. So that you sounds like you're sexist, Rich. No, but she's also right. I just tell it like it fucking is. She's also fucking right. Why is there members only mode on? I don't want that. No, turn that off, dude. Who just did that? Whoa. Who is the mod that did that? Why? Tell me, YouTube. Yeah. I think I'm getting to the point where I'm going to unmod everybody and handpick. It's just getting out of control.
Fucking long. Like, I get it. If you see.
But I see this all the time with dudes, man. If I go to the stores, like, you could see, like, I'll glance if a hot woman's walking by, but other dudes are like, just start stroking your cock at that point.
Somebody that's attractive, you can look at them, oh cool, give them a compliment, whatever. But men will open slack-jawed stare at you.
She's right. She's 100% right. I see it with my own eyes, and no, I'm not the one who does it. Stop. YouTube, you gotta say when someone does, like, I guess it's because they don't want the person being attacked who did it. But when a even managing mod does that, I should get an email of who the mod was and who the person they banned or members only or whatever. Because I would like to know and not have to do like a treasure hunt for it. So fine, you don't want to put it in the chat. I understand for privacy reasons. And if someone wants, people get fucking weird with that shit. But send me an email saying, okay, this is what happened. This is who timed who out. This is the person that was timed out, because maybe they didn't deserve to be timed out. You know what I'm saying? Trey X Cooper, I missed your milestone, did I? Yes, it has to be a higher tier mod. Trey X, he must be nutting thinking of, yeah, dude, who are you jerking off to? And the thing, I give her credit. She's not like being stuff, but like, look, okay, you glance at somebody. It's human nature. But when you're like, some dudes actually do weird shit like that.
Like this.
She's right.
For like way too fucking long. Stop doing that.
So what did he say in response to this now? That's why I wanted to watch. I believe that men stare at all women. They glance. You can look at a woman. She literally just said that too. Captain Selective Hearing all the time, no matter where they go. But if it's something that happens all the time, always, can it really be considered creepy? Yes. Yes, of course it can. It depends on how it's done. Like, say the bird. I'm just using it as a woman walking by, and I'm like, you know, That's kind of weird to do this with an inanimate object, but you get my fucking point. But if I'm like walking by and I stop and I'm like, it's totally different. It's totally different. It's completely fucking different. You just from a glance, you could have got how hot the woman was. You didn't need to go, I just want you to know that you have boobs, ma'am. She has boobs. Like, Beavis and Butthead aside, it's not far off. Fellas. Alright, that's actually pretty funny. I don't know how a man chats, but I do have a Christian straight man shirt on, and I have a $5,000 elliptical that was put together by fucking idiots. I'm just... Every time I want to stop doing the weed, something like this pulls me back in. It's like EDP beat his meat when he saw a woman. Who are you talking about? We see these guys all the time wish they were back in 1950. Women were basically forced to be house. Well, yes, pretty much. Yes, pretty much, Michael Cortez. Joey from DKLDs. We still have another DKLDs finale video coming, too. I think I'm going to film that Saturday. I'm not saying that men don't get objectified. I'm not saying that. But it ain't to the same degree that women do, dude. It ain't. I see it with my own eyes, man. Like I always say. Sour balls, I know what you want. Which I'm actually thankful for because I'm wearing a fucking sweater. Sweatshirt. I should make a video on this since I've essentially all but given up the ghost completely on doing news on my main channel. Where I get, like, I hire an actor and an actress, but I have to hire a good one, and the ones all around me are fucking garbage. And see how it looks. Like, a woman could walk into a bar and be ugly. And leave with a decent looking dude, probably within 15 minutes. If she's just like, I want dick. Dick will be literally in her hand. A good-looking dude can walk into a bar and still have to do work maybe for an hour or two. It's just human nature, man. Women deal with it more than dudes. Richie, got a stream idea. How about a smash or pass with you, Jay, and the audience to throw out suggestions to people to look at? Might get weird. I wonder if with Elf, we should do the OnlyFans where we react to porn. Dude. She'd be dressed the same way. I wouldn't ask her to do anything different. Nothing sexual from any of us. Except... Oh, God. The New Vegas stream. I'll play that on the 360. Or not 360. Xbox Series X. Yes, you could stream on OnlyFans. You can. I don't even know what a philatizer is. I'm just enjoying going through the... My husband landscaping me before a date with my boyfriend because I'm 7... That has to be a joke. If not, this is... That is the world's biggest cock ever. What is this? Hi, so, apparently I was in the background of Chris Chan. Oh, no! No! Some YouTuber named Smokey posted, it was at the mall with some of my friends. We saw him there. Oh.
Oh yeah, it turns me on.
Yeah, because you can get a bigger yield, which is going to create a super bug. It's weird. Some of the stuff I... One in every 15 posts. All right, this guy's boring me now. Look, listen, we need to watch some more NPCs. NPC thief, here we go.
Right there, criminal scum.
Can we have the dog, please? That's all we want, is the dog.
I love how they have the UI at the bottom.
Can we get this man off my land?
Just give us the dog, Richard, please.
Just give us the dog, Richard Ledbetter. You get the coochie in 20 minutes. Ah, so that means you don't get the coochie.
What are you
Get
doing?
him!
What
Get
are you
him off
doing?
my land!
Well, how's he supposed to get off when you're on top of
Because
it?
he's just fucking pushed me!
The fuck? Human beings are a fucking mistake. We are an absolute mistake. What is going on here? Why does this guy have grandpa in a chokehold? What is happening here? Why? Where is Richard Ledbetter? Can he stop this? Imagine Richard Ledbetter's like, what are you doing? Will you stop it? And John Litterman's right behind you, like, trying to, like, pull them off of each other. That makes no sense, but I enjoy it. I enjoy it wholeheartedly, and fuck birds. Birdmerchwow.com.
No, just give us the dog. Get off him, please.
Hey?
Get off him. And
I
just give us the
will,
dog.
but tell him to not assault me.
Get off
I
the
didn't
dog. He
assault
didn't assault you at all. He went to get the dog.
You assaulted me. My land. You assaulted me. Well, the video's there, don't worry.
I need to... Yo, that dude's like 70, man, and you had him in a chokehold. What happened here?
Come on, Cookie, please.
Get
Come
off
on.
my land.
Come on.
I'm telling you to get off my land.
Leave it, David. It's not worth it. Leave
You're a
it. Come on.
trespasser.
See, like, Todd Howard should just, like, take... Since they use the theme in all these videos, take the ideas from them so the NPCs don't always seem so terrible in Bethesda games. Hello there. I was just cutting some meat. Like, you want me to be engrossed in this world, and then you hire, like, community college actors. Stop doing that!
You do not hand. Trespass doesn't exist in the way you think.
Get off
Come
my
on,
land.
so clever, don't you?
Get off my land.
What is a daily occurrence?
You think you're so
We only came for the dog. Leave David alone.
Yeah,
Come
the
on.
dog's your responsibility.
Use British. Yeah, because Americans are just fucking peaches. Yeah, guy's like 70-something. Maybe he's younger and just looks older. I don't know. But homie had him in a fucking chokehold. Delivery of the platinum chip is not negotiable. I'm actually looking forward to playing. So now I'm going to have to do the streams tomorrow now. I want to thank... I won't name the gym place yet. Why? I'm not going to pull a Phil. I'll wait. They may make everything right in like 72 hours. They better fucking do that. And I'll be like, you know what? Shit happens. They hired crappy people. I've known furniture places. They all do it. So it's not like if I got it from some other place, it would be in better. It would have come out better. So if they make it right, fine. But if not,
responsibility.
All 5,000 people who watch me on my million sub channel, they're gonna know.
Yes, well, he's been here how long, and you haven't told him to go away, or he wouldn't be sat here like he is.
I'm not captain.
Well, it doesn't matter. He's still here, isn't he? So I'm not going to come on your land. So
Well, you're on my land now.
Well, yes, because you're fighting with one of the neighbours. Okay.
Don't
So
worry.
carry on,
You go
carry
to
on.
the police, no problem.
Carry on.
Why is he being... Wait, dude, you just had him in a chokehold. You're like, oh no, carry on. You can't just carry on from having someone in a fucking chokehold, dude. It's not how...
David came round to get the dog.
My land.
He's Barnett and Stropolis. They're trying to recover the dog that's kept here.
He won't get off my land.
I want to kill him. What? What's he done to you? Oh, he's tried to...
I asked him to leave my land. He said, no, I've fucking touched me over there.
Toss it over.
Because the dog was here and he's been missing for about 20 minutes.
Because he's a thief.
No.
He's a
pushed
thief
me
and a
over there.
fraud.
He hit his head on that.
He's cracked him.
We'll show it to you.
I'm partially confused, too.
Because you threw me against the wall, I was getting you off. And
I want you to leave my land.
I want you...
Come on, David, I'll get the police.
Trespassing.
Come on.
You want me out of the village?
Yes.
There you are. You see, that's what
Go
this
out
is
of the
all
village, you
about.
little run. You're
What
twisted.
Will you just leave?
David, leave him. Leave him. Leave
Yeah,
him.
exactly. Leave my land, please.
Yeah, I don't think this is the way to handle it, dude. He just had you in a chokehold. He doesn't really seem like a very,
Come on, we'll go round there.
Leave
Come
my
on.
land.
Problem with this, I don't know who instigated who.
Happy.
Wait. 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 Listen.
This is how I play the game.
And then we'll do that too, though.
Oh my god!
I'd love to know what game he was playing there. Devour.
What the fuck?
Holy shit.
Philip Burnell is a man.
That is an epic fucking intro, dude. And I have to warn everyone. Warning. What you may see right now is going to be absolutely disgusting. Sound good?
Sounds good to me. We have the mission that told us about where the fairies were.
He's still playing this game. Then he wonders why people are like, oh god, Phil. Stop.
What was
He's
it
still
called?
playing this game.
Anyone remember? Because remember we had it, it was marked off on the map. It told us where all the fairies were. So we know where they are, but I gotta figure out what mission it was that had that.
Wasn't Ass Mangold? Wasn't he making fun of him because took him like forever to beat Diablo 4's campaign? Still have yet to play that, by the way. Birds, 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 birds. Halo, you wanted the Halo theme. Birds, 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 birds. Got some nice looking birds around me.
So
Honey Buns is in the chat. How are you?
I can mark it and we can go find them. Does anyone remember? It's been a while. They're all by stables? Okay. What stables? All of them are already marked on your map. Okay.
I would need guidance. I'll go ahead and I'll play it if you guys are going to tell me what to look for. There's no way I'm playing that game without a guide or whatever.
Sound of a horn. What the fuck? Oh.
This is why I'm so glad I don't play video games for a living. I know that's strange to say, but I don't. It's obvious that he hates Zelda and just wants to finish it, but the game still has a couple of hours to go.
Does anyone know where I have to go? I know there's probably the stupid band. I probably have to bring them over here. Does anyone know where I need to go for this godforsaken side mission. I probably gotta bring the band over here, but I don't know where the fuck the band is right now to even meet with them, right? No.
This is a man that loves his life and is having fun.
Oh, you don't need that. Talk to the music guy at the stables. That was...
Honey buns, I have flat hairy buns. My life is ruined.
Where? Over here. He was at this stable, the woodland stable. We're gonna craft food, and then we're gonna go to the dungeon. I don't give a shit. I really don't at this point. At this point, this game is so fucking tedious and time-wasting and such a disrespectful game to anyone who fucking just wants to play a game and have fun.
How, Phil? You could save wherever you want to.
I'm just not gonna waste any more time on it. I just want to beat it. Seriously, I'm... sorry, but the game has high highs, and then you do anything that's a side quest. It's like, dude, it's like fucking, I want to watch grass grow. I want to go paint a giant fucking fence. I would rather... What else is really...
Yeah, how is it disrespectful to your time? Just save the game. But the thing is, you're a 41-year-old gaming streamer.
boring. I'd like to watch a pot of water boil.
This is why I'm not a gaming streamer, and this is why, like I always tell you guys, I would never do, like, pay for watch. Unless, I'll admit it, if you're like, yo, Rich, I'll give you $100 to watch this. I'm not stupid. Well, arguably. But, you know, like, oh, if you're a member, you could, we'll watch all of your videos. What happens if the video's hot garbage? Shit, there's times people have donated like 50 or 100 to one. I'm like, no, this is not clicking. No one, I don't know what to tell you.
Before I would do the side quests in this fucking game, they are so boring and such a waste of my goddamn time. It's so stupid. Yes, that's what I want to do. I want to search the entire fucking map to find where these stable people are, to get them to go wake up the fucking fairy, to just be told that I don't have a...
Phil, I'm gonna dress like a fairy and fart in your fucking face. Let's go. I don't know. And the thing is, if you check his streams, he's not enjoying the game there either. He always says this is out of context. That is his fallback. There's nothing out of context here, Phil. You don't enjoy gaming as much as you used to. Go watch a 2015 Phil video. He was begging back then, but at least it seemed like he was enjoying begging.
Complete set, and it's a crappy upgrade. Fuck you! I'm not wasting my time on your bullshit anymore, Nintendo. I'm going to finish the game. Okay?
Fat Phil Dracula.
You've tested my patience for the last time. Seriously.
Maybe people like all of those side quests. I'm hearing actually most people enjoy the side quests. It ain't my kind of game, but I don't have to play it. That's how I make a living, just being a fucking asshole. Thank God. It just may not be your kind of game, Phil.
Oh my God, he's drinking wheelchair.
But the thing is, he thought that reacting was going to be his backup. The problem is he's such a tight-ass reactor. Unless it's shit jokes or gay butt-fucking jokes, Phil is too classy for it. But if it comes to talking about shit, he's all for it. He's been a proud scat discusser. I think I said that right. For 15 years, and he's not going to change. Unless it's something his wife is jealous of. Oh, wow, I'm doing an actual stream. I kind of wasn't going to tonight. Yo, Derek. That's going to be one of our clips. On RTU Clips is where you should subscribe, by the way. Let's see where we're at. RTU Clips. Link. We are at 475 subscribers. This is where clips are coming soon. From here. We're going to put up like couple clips a week until it's probably going to take like a year to pop off. So finally, clips. People have been begging for it since essentially I started streaming. So, see if we get to Actually, I could apply for partnership at 500. I'd have to have a few more videos up. You have to hit a certain amount of views and shit.
Donations.
All right, guys. Heading into the second half of tonight's stream. Thanks to everyone chilling. It would be great if you enjoy the stream, if you are having the nice chill vibes here with me tonight, if you could support it. As you can see, currently we have Lurker Albert as the top super chatter, an anonymous tip as the top tipper, and it's a very slow night for support, so it would be great if we could get some more in the next hour. Thanks. All right.
All right there, coach. Put me in the game of giving you money. Cardi B. Cardi B. Well, she has fake titties. But yeah, it's just something about Cardi B. She could have an explosive shit on my chest.
Tips, where are they?
Someone tipped $1 says, no offense, but it sounds like you want the game to hand you upgrades instead of earning them. Dude, I played the game for 50 hours. 50 hours of my time. I well deserved anything this game has to fucking give me at this point. It's a goddamn Zelda Nintendo game. This is not some fucking crazy strategy.
Thank you, Honey Buns. Can you turn on the Halo theme again as at Ace Ventura when nature calls? Alrighty then. I am so confused that you're gonna have to explain that better.
RPG where you have to play for 300 hours. It's fucking Zelda.
Zelda's kind of always been an action RPG, Phil. Am I wrong about that? I don't think so. What are you talking about, Phil? If, like, do I have zero choice? Nancy Pelosi, because she has big granny jugs. I would just be like... And then I'd vomit, but that's fine.
I played enough.
And now I'm going to play video games on YouTube for massive profit. And they would bring their fan bases over to watch them horribly play games. They would get paid to play games. Thank you to those who have supported tonight.
Not that I really am interested in either. I'm not. But...
I appreciate it, guys. We got about, 20, 30 minutes left tops. It'd be great if you could support the stream tonight. Thank you. Okay.
Each of them and assemble a body for me.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
This is my request to you, Link. Loyal swordsman to Zelda.
No. It's more fetch quests. They want me to go fetch body parts and bring them back.
Yeah, but then you could call, like, Elden Ring when you have to get the 2 pieces of the medallion to get to the Hallig tree. It depends on how the fetching is done. Like, Ubisoft is formulaic, boring fetch questing. I will agree with that. Fuck them.
What did I ever do? What did I ever do to deserve this kind of treatment? Seriously. No, Nintendo, I like your games. Why are you doing this to me? Why do you want me to go do more fetch questing? I'm 50 hours into your game. I've had enough. I just want to, like, finish it. Oh, no.
A man baby? That's right. I'm a big man baby. You knew it. You know it. I'm a man baby because I like Nintendo games. You're right.
Goes up my ass.
What the fuck?
What is that reaction?
How are we gonna do this?
Yo, he so should have played Dead Island 2. He so should have played Dead Island 2. You would have had vastly more fun with it, Phil. Not saying this is a bad game. It's just not my cup of tea. I'm sure it's excellent. Maybe it'll be one of those games that I'll go back into like I got into Souls games like a decade after of being scared of them. Not scared, but I'm like, nah, I don't have the skill set for these games. But play what you want. If you're playing, but then people want to see him rage. Look at the clips that went viral. It was of him raging.
This.
Yeah, I've noticed Phil's not a good parrier and I would say parrying in Dead Island 2. It's almost too easy. The game, I would say. I wish I had a harder difficulty, which is strange of me to say. But parrying is pretty important in dodging at the right time so you can use the special moves. Because not only does it do more damage, it actually, your weapons don't damage as quickly. Whereas if you just slap them around by just hitting the R trigger in Dead Island 2, why am I giving like tips and advice for Dead Island 2? But it's true. If you just use the weapons normally and don't do a parry special attack, you'll burn through them and their durability will go down way quicker. So he'd be fucked in Dead Island 2 is my point. Unless he got good at parrying magically.
If we had the kind of wheels... Wait a minute. Wait a minute. It's a puzzle.
My boys come back on Saturday. I might play this with them.
It's a freaking puzzle.
She's a pain in the ass. Who has a pug? Me? My pug is ugly. I love her and hate her simultaneously. That makes sense. It was during the middle part of the movie when Ace Ventura was... I always thought to this day that part goes well with the Halo theme. Send it to me. Because I may have an idea of something else I could do with it too.
Yeah. Shoot. Oh, I screwed it up. It's a puzzle. It has to fit like a perfect puzzle piece. Like this. But the other wheel's in the way now. Look at that.
Beagles are cute. The pug, she's a sweet dog, but she's just a fucking pain in the ass. That's why I got pugs that I thought they weren't pains in the asses.
Oh, Nintendo is something else, man. When they're on their game with puzzles and stuff, it's ingenious. Like, you never would have thought that would have fit, and it fits perfectly.
Zeb, don't worry about him. Is what it is, dude.
Actually designed it to fit absolutely perfectly.
It's not a legit playthrough. I'm saying that up front. This is not a legit playthrough. This is meant to be a playthrough that's going to be very, very interactive with my viewers. They're going to be guiding me through the game and telling me what to do and showing me funny stuff.
And you know what's funny? If he didn't try so hard to, like, be... like, getting insulted about someone saying he's playing on easy, no one would really care. Like, I'm a fucking idiot at puzzles. Do you see people? Well, maybe if I played more, they would be trolling me. Maybe there would be Duty Streams videos if I played Zelda more.
As I intended. See, I feel like this has something to do with it, this platform, but I don't know what. I fucked with the platform, but I don't know what the platform did. Right? I don't know what this did for me. But now I don't know how to get this open. How do I get these goddamn things open?
Who is the troll? I'll ban him. What's making this stream not fun? What happened? Jesus Christ. What did the person say? Like...
Nope. I thought we can use this to pull. It'll open the wall, right? And then we can recall and pull the thing through. But this isn't even powerful enough to...
Yeah, look, man. That's like, look, now they're just trying to bait. If you know what the best thing to do is, ignore it, and they'll be gone in like 5 minutes, dude. I've been doing this shit for a long time. The more we talk about it now, and the more you react to it here, that's the worst thing you could do. Just to, yeah, Dreaded Fury is 100% right.
Open the wall.
Because that's what they want you to do. Yes, it's weird. Like, you know, and then they'll just go back off into their lonely existence if you ignore them.
That's not it. So what am I missing here?
Or you could screen cap them having their own dick pic up on Twitter, and then they block you. Actually, no, wait, he didn't block me. He didn't block me. He's like, what's the big deal? I'm like, dude, you were just calling me a degenerate. Where's do I have my dick out on Twitter? Let me know your thoughts in the chat below. No, I have never slid into someone's DMs. When I was, like, younger, yes. But not like, hi, how you doing? Here's a dick pic. If someone asked for one when I was, like, in my 20s. No one was impressed, don't worry. Okay, Cronus. Okay. Yeah, I purposely admitted that too. I'm so terrible. I've talked to Destiny FOMO about video games. I'm such a pervert. I gotta ask her, actually. I'm sure she probably, knowing her, she probably has like 16 ROG allies. Because she rocks like that. If she really likes something, she gets like 6 of them. Oh, man.
I need some...
Yeah, why the hell am I still streaming? That's a good point.
Guidance. I do. I need some guidance. Great stream. To those who did chill, thanks for hanging out. For those who did support, thanks for hanging out. Now, here's the thing. People keep asking me, you know, how much longer? I don't know. You know, this is supposedly the final dungeon. You guys is too slow. And not even $30 in tips. It's one of the slowest streams I've done in weeks. There's still...
That's his ending. Yeah, dude, if you're done, if you're checking out, then why are you... Wait, what happened? Melanie Max convinces Simpcast to go and I can't. I can't do it. No. There was something else I had up that I was thinking of. I didn't really think I was going to be streaming tonight. Yeah, I'm not going into politics. I don't know if I have the energy. Look, I give up. I'm done. That's it. Put the shirt. I'm not done with the stream. I am, for a while anyway. I'm sure something will pull me back in. You're stupid not to realize that. Done with politics. I can't. I'm tapping out. For a while anyway, like I said. I'm just going to be a Christian straight man on the internet. Give up on Jay and fire him. Oh, man. Who's YouTube short? Dude, the problem is, what did I have that there were like I picked that stuff for another night, but oh no, who's at my door? Oh, Bugs. Great. Thank you, Bugs. Thought I was getting fucking swatted. All right. Oh, the 1950s housewife, huh? There we go. This is it. The news stories.
With my friend the zombie, Jonathan. You're looking good. Jonathan just got an awesome face.
If you're wondering why I was sitting there looking at it, if you just click the video, it won't show up in your history. Here.
Face paint job. What? Back here live at the Waterfront Village with my friend the zombie, Jonathan. You're looking good. Jonathan just got an awesome face paint job. What do you think?
I like turtles.
All right, you're great, zombie. And good times here at the Waterfront Village.
Wait, did he just say that he likes girls? Or turtles? Hold on.
My friend the zombie, Jonathan. You're looking good. Jonathan just got an awesome face paint job. What do you think?
I like turtles.
All right, you're great.
I think turtles. I think turtles. It kind of it sounds like both.
Great zombie. And good times here at the Waterfront Village. What did you think about the ride?
It was great. And apparently, I've never been on live television before, but apparently sometimes I don't watch the news because I'm a kid, and apparently every time
it's turtles. Okay.
Apparently, Grandpa just gives me a remote after we watch the Powerball.
It's the Powerball.
Tell me about the ride. What did you think about the ride?
Well, it was great.
Why?
Because apparently you're spinning around, and apparently every time you get dizzy.
Nah, this kid is annoying me. This kid is annoying me. I can't. Bloopers from the early 90s. Yeah, no, let's do this.
Education Committee. And Randy, what are the chances that South Texas and other cities will be getting equal funding?
I'm hearing.
Hello, Randy.
Hello, Randy. How are you?
No problem here, Randy.
Yeah, my right ear. I know.
Yes, go ahead, Randy.
Obviously, we're having some technical problems, Rick. I think we're going to have to go back to Randy in just a moment. Let's move on to some other news right now. The trial of 2 Catholic nuns accused of trespassing. A little more about...
What? That was more interesting. Oh, fuck, Randy. What happened to the nuns? Oh, Randy, we don't have a connection, I guess, here. Ha ha ha. We have 2 nuns who had strap-ons and were pegging each other on the ass in a park. What?
About borderless, but first let's take a look outside of our terrace window and check out where the clouds are right now. Look at that, folks. This is where the clouds are at
That was an unnecessary early 90s special effect.
this hour. This is where they were about 24 hours ago. Let's go ahead and put the map into motion, the satellite loop into motion. You can see most of the clouds have just cleared out.
Why is it upside down? Why? Wait. What is going on?
All day long, and basically that is going to be the rule for the day because high pressure is extending
It's flipped. It's mirrored.
its influence across the state of Texas and giving us really just some real beautiful weather, starting to cause the clouds to break up a great deal. If you take a look at the upper air map where the jet stream, is this backwards or is it my imagination? But
No, it's backwards.
you look at the upper air map, you can see what's happening is there is a northwest to southeast flow across the region, which means there is a dry flow across the state of Texas, and that's giving way to some really clear weather and some beautiful temperatures in store for the valley. Across the valley right now, temperatures shape up like this, just a few patchy clouds up there with temperatures, there we go.
Freedom Day, maybe fire a rocket in the sky. How long have you been divorced for, dude? I think you told me before, but that's why I'm never getting married.
What? No way.
Temperatures back in order. Current temperature. Collegians from all over the country have descended on the island for spring break. Our Randy IELTS is live on the island enjoying the party. How about it, Randy?
How you doing, Peter and Letty? I tell you what, you wish you were here. Things are kind of starting to quiet down a little bit for the day here on South Padre Island. The students who've been out in the sun all day long head back into the rooms to get ready to go out to the party tonight. Some of those spring breakers are with me now. I've got Scott Stewart from Indiana. Scott, what brings you down here to South Padre Island?
Yeah, talk to me, Scott. Let's go.
A lot of other fraternity brothers from like Oklahoma State and Butler and Wabash, Ball State University or Phi Delts.
Yo, this dude's probably like a grandpa now, literally.
Come down here to meet other Phi Delts and just have a good time, get tan, meet a lot of women and stuff like that.
Have a good time, get tan, and meet a lot.
Drink a, well, I'm better not say that, but just to have a good time. Have a lot of fun.
Okay, Kara, you're from Michigan. It's Kara Pake?
Yes.
Okay. Had you ever heard of South Padre Island before?
No, I never heard of it before.
And what do you think?
I love it. It's great. I'm having so much fun down here. We're catching some rays, we're drinking some beers, and we're having a great time.
So are you guys spending lots of money while you're here?
Yeah, well, it depends. We've been cooking a lot of our own dinners because we are.
This is boring the fuck out of me. All I hear is dudes in the background too. Yeah. It's like, all right, man, got you. Yeah, television. Let's scream so people pay attention to us. Fuck you. I don't even know where to. The people wanted me to talk about this. I know, like, Ice Poseidon might be going to prison for 5 years for whatever. Like, that's the problem when you do that reactionary, like, well, I'm reacting, but I mean, like, IRL streams. You got to keep pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing to get people to keep paying attention, and then it's just like, oh God. Motherfucker. I mean, not that I think he should be in jail for. I don't know exactly what happened, but I've seen some videos in 80s cops, yeah. Let's end with, please don't be like this guy. I'll try not to critical. Thank you. Why are you not buying the ROG Ally? Let's see.
This Steam Deck killer is officially on the shelves, and you can go buy it literally right now. I literally almost went to Best Buy to get one, but I talked myself out of it. Here's why. This is a $700 device, and for what you're getting, this seems like a very solid price. This extreme model is rocking AMD's latest Z1 hardware, and this can run games even faster than the Steam Deck. It also has a way nicer 1080p 120Hz display. I have a Steam Deck, and I love it, but the one major downfall of it is I wish it performed better in the tougher to run games. The Ally performs better, it also looks cooler in my opinion, but there's still one major downfall. I don't like that the Ally comes with Windows 11. We all already know how annoying Windows 11 can be with the updates, the crashing, and all of the pop-ups. Imagine how bad that would be with a Gen 1 device that's a handheld device that the operating system isn't even made for. No thanks.
Nope. I think you're kind of over-exaggerating how, and I'm still going to tell people to, in most cases, like 90% of them get, to get the Steam Deck, but let's see. So I'm actually going to have him give a take into Victor Lucas. He actually did a Steam Deck video. I'll show it to you, Victor Lucas. Not Steam Deck. ROG Ally.
Hey guys, this video was supposed to be a pretty straightforward review of the
Someone who knows how to do audio. Amazing.
Ally, but as the thumbnail states, I returned my Ally because I was dissatisfied with my experience after 2 weeks of playing with it. And that wasn't always the case. When I got it, I was incredibly excited to open it up. It felt great in my hands. I liked the solidity of the construct. The shell around the Ally was really comfortable. It did look
Yeah, I think the D-pad is fine too.
like it had some straighter lines, some more kind of sharper edges, but it felt fine in my hands, especially as I adjusted to the fit. It felt great to
He's played emulators.
Play it in handheld mode, sort of sitting down like this or laying back on the couch or in bed. I didn't hit the buttons on the bottom underneath the Ally more than once or twice by accident, which I was a little bit concerned that I was going to be constantly tapping that. I thought that the face buttons were totally fine. I thought that the integration with the pop-up menus and the Armor Crate software and pressing the tactile buttons to get to all of that content was pretty cool. I was even super impressed by the touchscreen functionality of the Ally. It became a much more usable handheld mini PC because of the tactility of the touchscreen, which of course runs at 120 hertz, so you can actually play things like Tempest 4000 at 120 frames per second, which is great. It's a 1920 by 10.
You could play AAA games too, some at low settings.
1080 display. There's a new AMD Z1 Zen processor in,
which is really, I think it may have some like extra AI instructions or something like that, or extra whatever. But the 7080, this AMD Ryzen 7 7840U and the Z1 Extreme really ain't that much different
in here, which is incredibly powerful, and it has AMD Radeon graphics technology with up to 8.6 teraflops. So this little handheld PC,
asterisk next to that, it definitely is what speed RAM you have in there. You can't even upgrade the RAM in the Ally, I don't think, anyway. It's soldered onto the fucking board.
was actually quite a beast, and of course it ran Windows, and I think that was probably my favorite thing, and also the thing that actually drove me crazy about the Asus ROG Ally. I thought it was so cool and so easy to just plug in a wireless mouse and keyboard and plug it into my 4K monitor that's sitting right here, and I was able to play games on it. I was able to use it as a little PC. I was moving files back and forth. I loved customizing the desktop. I had a couple of
still have yet to play Diablo 4.
Indiana Jones photos up on each screen, and it just felt really cool. And the other awesome things that I was able to do, because it was such an effortless device to kind of dig into, I actually streamed right off of the device. I moved some
that's interesting.
PN assets for our Twitch channel and was able to actually stream directly off of the device, and it ran flawlessly, and I was super impressed with that. I tested out the microphone functionality at first on the device. I wasn't that impressed by it, but I was super impressed. This was some of the best stuff.
Yeah, I know what he's going to say.
In terms of the hardware capabilities with the audio of...
The audio on the thing. I've never heard audio on a portable device, including laptops. Maybe there's some insane super high-end ones. I have never heard better sound. Beats the Steam Deck, too.
Of this device. There were times when I'd be lying in bed playing Diablo 4, which was so indulgent, too. It ran beautifully. Diablo 4 ran beautifully on this device. But the audio took my breath away. I was actually looking around the room because I kept hearing surround voices. I kept hearing, like, demonic voices, and it was creeping me out. It was so effective. I was very impressed with all of the hardware. Was able to connect controllers to it, no problem. The mouse and keyboard worked exactly the way that you would want them to. Everything was going well. But by that point, I was into about $1,100 of investment because the...
Yeah, but the only argument I'll make here... You're okay, so you already have a TV. Like, if you're buying this, let's safely assume you have a TV. Let's safely assume you have a mouse, and let's safely assume you have a keyboard. Like, the only thing I'll disagree with Vic here on is the accessories he's kind of complaining about. Unless you live in a cave, you're going to have most of them.
Asus ROG Ally in Canada costs $900, and then you factor in the tax. And Best Buy is, I think, the only retailer right now where you can buy it, but they got it to me on launch day, which was great. And the mouse and keyboard that I bought for the thing added another $100 or so to it. And then I bought a micro SD card, so that put me up to about $1,200, which I think was starting to get into sort of gaming laptop range, maybe a low-end gaming laptop.
Yeah, but you don't need to buy all that stuff. And to be honest with you... I think like getting like the external graphics, which are mobile, is kind of silly for it. Couple reasons. At that point, yeah, get a gaming laptop. This, you know, unless you absolutely need it to be handheld. Oh, maybe MacBook audio is pretty good. I have to hear it. Sorry about that. The quartering's imaginary Black Death.
And effectively, that's kind of what we're talking about here with the Ally. It's not like a full-spec monster gaming laptop by any means, but it can run games quite effectively. And up until the point where I popped in the micro SD card and I loaded it up, it's a 1 terabyte card, and I put in tons of games, a lot of AAA in there, a lot of indie games, and it was running fine for about 2 days or so. Everything was fine. The Armor Crate software that allows you to toggle all kinds of options that are specific to each of your games.
Yeah, I don't like Armor Crate. I don't like, it's at least better than Aya Space, but that's not saying much.
Games, you can change the LED lighting around the thumbsticks. I had them glowing red, so it was perfect for Diablo and also for Miles Morales. And so everything was going just fine. It was reading off the SD card just fine. And then I went one evening to play some Diablo 4, and I noticed that the Armor Crate software was loading in really slowly. Steam was taking forever to boot up, and when it finally did, it only saw half of my library, only the games that were...
The card was getting fried. Games are brutal to load off an SD card anyway.
Installed in the built-in NVMe drive that is included with the Ally, which is 512 gigs, which is great, by the way. None of the micro SD cards...
No, it's not. 512 gigs is shit. 512 gigs is like the bare minimum now. And I don't even think it's enough. You need a terabyte. Terabyte should be the bare minimum of storage on anything.
Games were showing up. So I was like, okay, well, this is crazy. Everything was chugging, even getting into BattleNet and...
That's another thing, too, with the Steam Deck, though. An SD card, I used to shit on it all the time, but then I used it, admittedly. There are some games that are still just not going to run on an SD card. But, the OS is optimized better to read games off of it. So games that would run like shit, like Elden Ring... It's weird. They must have did another update because it doesn't run well off SD cards anymore, at least on Windows. It used to run okay, but if you run Elden Ring on an SD card on the Steam Deck, just fine.
Trying the whole machine was kind of crunching and really struggling, and I couldn't figure out what the hell was going on. I tried rebooting everything a few times. That didn't bring up anything. And so this was late at night, and I wanted to just go in and chill with Diablo 4 before going to sleep. And I spent an hour in bed trying to figure out what was wrong with the device. I couldn't. I just, turned everything off. I was frustrated. I was like,
Yeah, note to self, though. Even beyond now, Asus did a major fail with this. They put the SD card slot where the fans, hot air, talked about this a billion times. I think here's what all the companies are doing, whether it's Neo, whether it's Asus, whether it's, hey, even Valve, but an SD card is a much more viable option on the Steam Deck due to its operating system. Like, oh, sure, it has no storage, but you could upgrade it with an SD card. No, the fuck you can't. At best, 40% of games will work. At best. And like, what was happening? Like, there was crazy micro stutter with Elden Ring, where it would be like, it would run fine, load, run fine, micro stutter, run fine, micro stutter.
just wanted to play games. Why is this device not working? Anyways, I was able to turn it off. I powered it right down, and then I thought in the morning, I'll take a look at it. I'll figure it out. I'll read some posts online. I'll read some tweets and some Reddit posts and things.
Yeah, who wants to do this? The average consumer. Again, that's who I have to think of.
And we'll work this out. And so I turned it back on the next day, and I spent another 3 hours trying to figure out what was going on with the micro SD card and why the machine was so chuggy and so slow. I tried deleting games and bringing games back. I tried to access the SD card, and I was going to reformat it and download everything. the card just would not show up. It would not read. I could see the card in the menu, but I could not do anything with it. I couldn't see the files on it. I could not format it. And everything was slow.
Melody Max.
Everything. Armor Crate was just popping on and buggy, and it just wasn't working properly. There's also the Command Center menu, and that wasn't working properly. Steam wasn't working properly. Loading into...
Yeah, I've had that happen even on the Neo and what other device did I use? Steam, if you have games loaded on an SD card in Windows anyway, Steam, if it'll like hang for a long time, and it's been on multiple devices, like SD cards and AAA current generation games, it just stop selling your devices saying that, oh, just use an SD, until there's some breakthrough where the transfer rates of SD cards increase exponentially. It's not an option, period.
Websites wasn't working properly. Everything was crunching on this device. And I thought, oh, okay, I guess I have to reset the machine, kind of factory reset everything and start over and re-download. Well, I tried to do that.
Well, Steam Deck's a different animal because it doesn't use Windows.
3 times, and it would crash halfway through, or it would get into a menu and it just wouldn't progress. Eventually, I was able to factory reset. I erased everything on the Ally, and with the micro SD card, I popped it into another computer and I formatted it and emptied that micro SD card as well. When I did finally get everything wiped off of the device, and when I did the math for how much I had been struggling with this device over only having had it for 2 weeks, and I totaled up how much I had spent to get to this point, and my thoughts were I just wanted to play games with this. And the other thing that I did, of course, is I thought about my Steam Deck, which I've got right here, and I've had plugged in, and it was sort of sitting unused over the 2-week period that I was playing with the Ally. And I thought about my Steam Deck, which right now you can get the base model with a 64 gig model for about $450 Canadian. So
yeah, again, if you don't care about like the enthusiast features, it's tough to justify. He is right. It might depend on the micro. I use SanDisk Ultra and Extremes. That's what I've used. They are class 10 and A2 rating, and they work better. But if you have an open world game that you are streaming a ton of assets off of, and it depends on how some games that aren't even open world, how they load.
half price from what you would spend.
Now, indie games and emulators, yeah, all day.
To get the Ally. And yes, the Ally has got better specs and more memory, but $450 and you get in on this. And I've had crashes on the Steam Deck, and it had a buggy launch and there were issues, but I've never had to factory reset this thing. You know, I've had issues with games not working, although there are 10,000 verified games on Steam right now that work on the Steam Deck. And yes, I've had some issues going into desktop mode on the Steam Deck and trying to use Linux as a computer. I'm not as familiar with Linux as I am with Windows, and it was so easy when I was in the Ally environment to just use it like I could use any Windows PC. It was easy to install all the extra stupid installers that you have to install for EA games and other types of games, the Ubisoft games, and everything that I was
Why is that running at like 12 frames a second?
throwing at the Ally was working until it didn't, until it sort of came to a screeching halt. And I thought about my Steam Deck, and even though there are limitations, and it's not 1920 by 1080p, it doesn't have 120 hertz screen, I love the thumbsticks on the Steam Deck. It's very comfortable. And honestly, it's just a machine that's allowed me to game on it without a lot of bullshit and interference. I haven't had tons of issues with the Steam Deck. There are quirks, and there are things that pop up, and there are constant improvements and updates that you have to, install on this device. And frankly, I was doing that every day on the Ally. I was installing updates for Windows and firmware updates and
well, it's a Windows device, but yes, it is.
Armor Crate updates. I was constantly just making sure that it had the latest software running on the device. It was working quite well until it didn't. And the Steam Deck also has those considerations where you constantly need to refresh the updates and see if you're running the latest software and get into some Proton experimental stuff for some games to work properly on it, like Diablo 4, which is equally incredible on the Steam Deck as it was on the ROG Ally. But the other thing that the Steam Deck has got going for it is this company support from Valve and this unbelievable...
Yeah, one thing I'm liking seeing, and I was a little nervous about this when they first released the Steam Deck, is Valve is, especially because it's successful, mostly, is Valve is all in. They're not just dropping this.
Robust community support from all of the fans of Valve and Steam Deck out there, and being able to download all kinds of control configurations and battery configurations to help you get the most out of the device when you're playing any kind of game that will work on this thing is really quite remarkable. And I'm absolutely sure that the Ally will get some of that support going forward as well. It's just that I hit a 2-week mark after having spent about $1,200 to get this thing running the way that I want to, and it crashed out on me to the point where I had to wipe everything and start again. And I thought, how often am I going to be facing this? How many times am I going to have to clean everything off?
All the time if you're going to be depending on that SD card slot
off of this device and do a fresh install when I just want to be able to play games on it. If I had to do that when I was on a vacation or on a plane somewhere and I pulled it out so that I can play some games on it, I would be furious. And so I just totaled up all of this information in my head.
Hate those fucking things.
And I said, nope, I don't want this frustration. I don't want to keep this. And the other thing, of course, is that both of these devices are kind of like ticking time bombs with regards to battery power, but more so in the case of the Ally, because I found myself playing games that would really take advantage of the 25-watt capabilities of the device. It can run these...
Yeah, especially if you're doing shit like trying to run games at 120... What I may do, too, I'll have you guys pick the 5 games, not tonight. I'll try 5 games, run them off an SD card on the Ally, and then run them on the Steam Deck and see the performance difference. But I got to find games that are worthwhile for that. I'm going to do a longer stream tomorrow, so I'll make up for lost time, don't worry.
Incredibly robust, beautiful games on the Ally in a higher resolution with better frame rates. And so I was cranking it and testing it, and, you know, I'd get 45 minutes to
love this game.
An hour of battery life. And if I'm spending half of that time tweaking things because stuff is crashing...
And he is right. He is right. That's...
Screw that. So... I ended up just taking the Ally, as cool as it was, and as much as I was enjoying it, and I was thinking maybe this is going to replace the Steam Deck as my handheld PC gaming experience. I said, nope, I don't think that value equation and frustration, all of that is worth it. I bundled it all up, and I took it back to Best Buy to return the device. And much to Best Buy's credit, there was no issue with the return. There was no...
Well, technically, you could say it's defective. I mean, that's a known... Fallout New Vegas is a game. Yeah, we'll play some games tomorrow, too. Not just, we'll play Fallout New Vegas. We'll do more Fear. Half-Life 2. We're going to do like a mix of everything.
Sort of questioning me about any of why I was doing this or anything like that. They knew that it was crashing out and I was frustrated, and they didn't know who I was.
Nah, dude, you had 100% valid excuse. If I was depending on the SD card, hell yeah, I would return it. I haven't had an issue with the SD card. I do have some stuff installed to it. It's been working fine. But here's the thing. I'm a nerd. What I did is I went into their custom software and I went to manual, which they basically say, if you warning, if you go into manual, we get to own your soul. Thank you, Aces. And I made the fan curves very aggressive. But the average consumer doesn't want to do that. They don't want to do that. They don't, I gotta fix my my fan curve to keep my SD cards cool. Or I could buy a Steam Deck. What is FNV? PC port of Fallout New Vegas is kind of wild out of the box. Oh, there we go.
They didn't know that I make content or talk about this stuff. They just said, sure, yeah, we'll take it back. And they gave me my money back. And that honestly was a very good experience. Buying from them online, it shipped to me on the day they said it was going to be, and then returning it in person to the store. All of that worked.
Best Buy's been good with returns with me too, admittedly.
Flawlessly. So,
and they know, well, some people now know who I am because I'm fucking there all the time.
Oh, I took all that in, brought it back, and as cool as the hardware was, the software just left me incredibly frustrated. So I don't have a score for you. I just have these frustrations to share. I know that there are tons of fans for the Ally out there. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'd love to hear if you've had good experiences or bad experiences. Let me know what you think of the device. And the other thing that sort of factored in as well with this is that, honestly, when you look at the Steam Deck and you look at the Ally, they're similar. They're so bloody similar that you really only need to make a choice for one.
And again, at that 15-watt sweet spot, it's not like a jaw-dropping difference in performance. It's just not. Now, if you want to use the thing like plugged in all the time like I do and play games at 120 FPS like Fear and Doom Eternal, then fine. But if you're not gonna want to go beyond that, the battery life, like he said, and he's right, is gonna be shit. It's demanding. So it's an enthusiast device is the best way to put it. An enthusiast that doesn't like SD cards. 2 years, Gary Busey's Laserdisc collection. Thank you, my dude. I think the new Win Max with this seems like a... Yeah. But here's the thing. I own the older Win Max GPD. I like it. It's not that much difference in performance. It's 680M in there. But it's weird. I don't use it much. Probably should make a video on it because I could literally type it because it is true. The most bizarre gaming laptop I've ever owned. And it's not a lie. And I'm like, all right, I like this big ass, beautiful high res screen. The 680, you could play games at fairly high reses and medium high settings, stay above 30. But it's just like, it's like this big fucking plate in front of your face. You know, Best Buy's return policy is great. Right, Quantum? That is a good point.
And when I think about the cost of the Ally compared to the performance and cost offerings of the Steam Deck is just a much better value. You can get a Steam Deck and a Nintendo Switch OLED model for the price of the Ally, and that just seems crazy. I am super excited, though, about what the Ally...
That's a really good point. Oh, there's games you can only play on the Switch? Ta-da! Oh, there's games you want to play that are on your Steam library? And it's still cheaper. He's right. He's not wrong. That is a valid point. Yes, it's not going to perform it as nice, but at 15 watts, like I said, these triggers okay? Yes. It's not really a life-changing difference in performance.
I represent.
But when you push it up to higher wattages, then, like I said, you could play games at 120 FPS. And if you play plugged in, then it's something to think about.
It's absolutely a step forward in terms of technology from the Steam Deck. I'm incredibly excited about what that means for a future revision of the Steam Deck, the Nintendo Switch 2, an inevitable upgrade from Asus on an Ally.
Spam, shoulder spam? Of course I give you shoulder spam.
Your shoulders.
Also, I DM'd you about the Xbox controller rotation. Everyone remember to buy a Steam Deck and vote for Coco Newell 2024. I probably would over anyone else.
Ally 2 down the road and what that might mean for competitors. I mean, I'd love Sony to get serious about making a handheld again.
No, they're not going to get... They're better off just making the games and selling them and porting them to PC.
These are...
Fuck that thing.
Are incredibly exciting times for all of us that have been playing portable games for a long time. And it is crazy to me that we can have this no loss of fidelity and have these incredible experiences like being able to play Diablo 4 anywhere. Well, you need an internet connection. It'd be great if you could play.
There's just no reason to have a dedicated handheld anymore. It just isn't.
That offline because it's mostly a single player.
Like a dedicated to a company like a Vita, I mean, or a DS, or the Switch isn't really, it's a hybrid console, so it technically doesn't count even though there is a Switch Lite derivative. Just times have changed.
Experience. But I know Blizzard's not ready to do that, but yeah.
Steam Deck profits fund your campaign. Well, it's probably profitable now in and of
Diablo
itself.
4 anywhere is pretty freaking incredible. But
yeah, it's probably profitable.
But yeah, let me know what you think of the ROG Ally and how it sort of compares and contrasts with Valve's Steam Deck. Thanks for watching, you guys. I'll be back soon with some fresh reviews and some new content for you. And in the meantime, play forever.
So, yeah, he's right. The only thing, like I said, I kind of disagree with him on. You got to get these accessories, but you're talking about basic shit that most people have keyboards. Most people have TVs with HDMI inputs. Like, you're making it like people live in Amish country. So that part, but everything else, yeah, he's right. If you're not an enthusiast, that device is not for you. Period. All right, guys. I know it's a short stream tonight. Like I said, I wasn't going to stream at all. It's been a long fucking day. I'll be back tomorrow with a significantly longer stream. Don't want to say it's high yet because shit always happens. So have a good night. I'll see you guys tomorrow. And we'll get into some more interesting shit. Have a good one.